veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. La, 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 la. Oh, oh. Oh, oh, la, 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 la. Veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. La, 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 la. Oh, oh. Oh, oh, la, 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 la. 6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. La, 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 la. Oh, oh. Oh, oh, la, 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 la. La, 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 la. Oh, oh. veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. veins. I've been driving this train, years in this lane. There's no stopping this flame, cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the
Yes, good people. Big up to all of you. We're here today to talk about Cold Palmer, and Cold Palmer. But it looks like I have a picture issue already. I'm not sure I'm going to solve that. It seems to be frozen. What do I do here? Just quickly, we'll talk about him. We'll look at comments from pundits, of ex players, opposition players, and all that. And we want to hear from you. We want to know from you whether you believe he's capable of winning the Ballon d'Or and what needs to happen for that to happen. Excuse me, just quickly, I'm going to have to refresh this to find a solution to my screen is frozen and I don't like that. Give me 1 second. Right, if you can hear me, please keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Sincerely do appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular afternoon. For me, I appreciate you all. We have a total of 23 people watching, only 7 of those on YouTube, the rest on the X. Without wasting much of your time, we're going to get into discussing Cole Palmer. As I've said, I was explaining, but I wasn't sure if you were hearing if you heard everything I said. I talked about just give me 1 second here. Looks like we're gonna have serious issues now. We talked about how. Wow, this is serious. We talked about how we're going to talk about comments from opposition players, opposition managers, pundits alike, and what they're all saying about Cole Palmer. He's been brilliant, and it's nothing new to us Chelsea fans. But a lot of people, even though maybe intentionally, is downplaying how good Cole Palmer is. Let's say how good he can be. That has changed. Yeah, but sorry, I'm struggling here with the system. It looks like we have a problem, and I'm not sure why that is the case. So it is called Palmer Nominal, like as you see on the in the title there. Let me see. Who do we have in the chat already? We have Rain. Mr. Rain says, "I hope Colwell doesn't get injured for a nonsense game. I think he will be all right." What a stretch that was to ensure that that ball that was uh, uh, that could have led to Greece leading the game earlier than they did. But that was a brilliant defending from him. In my opinion, he learned from the best, so no surprises there. Colwell has been superb. Yep, he's improved since the start of the season. He's been brilliant. He's getting better and better. And to highlight one of the things he's improved upon the most is his ability to shield the ball, and he's become stronger. You can muscle him easily off the ball. Nice to see you. IB saying Coach Foden is an Olmo is an Olmo Alaye. Please tell me what exactly does he do whenever he plays for England? I am waiting. Listen, I'm just gonna leave it at he's a good player. Maybe the managers at England, the managers they've had, they haven't found a way to put him to good use, for lack of a more specific term there. And GFC, go Nice to see you, brother. I do hope you're doing well, and I sincerely do appreciate you finding the time to join the show. You know what to do. Big up everyone. I'm not liking England. England coach playing Palmer the full 90 minutes. Well, he has to do what he has to do. Um, he's he's the manager. He wants to win the game, and probably I don't know. They play England. You could say they played good football, but they lacked that what's the language I'm looking for? The killer instinct, maybe there's a more accurate term for that. They missed Kane, maybe, and you could argue had Kane been on the bench, some of the chances that they had, it probably easily could have converted those to goals. Big up to you too, Ty. Nice to see you up big indeed. You know what to do. I'm having a problem at the back end here. I don't know whether it's I think definitely a YouTube thing. I cannot use polls or create comments except if I comment from the streaming software. But from Google's own back end, it's a serious problem right there, and I'm not sure why that is the case. Without wasting much of your time, we're going to start looking at what former players are saying, former English players are saying about Cole Palmer, uh, opposition managers, teammates, and teammates from other clubs too. But we'll have to talk about this. Uh, what's his name? Jeez, this thing is annoying. Christopher Nkunku announced his return to the French national team with an excellent, a well-taken goal. I don't know. I don't have Mob open. I think it would have been interesting to see how well he did overall, but we'll do that another time. Yeah, he's still got it in him, and it looks like this time he's not just going to play a few games and then get injured and be out for 1,000 years. So I'm happy for him. And Vince is saying here that Christopher Nkunku is knocking on the door. To be more specific, he's knocking on the manager's door, and I'm telling him he's actually knocked down the door already. He's not he's knocked down the door already. If we're going by how well he's done, and how and you can say how well Nicholas Jackson has done too. They're both good players, but Nkunku is a much better finisher. There are all the things also that Nicholas Jackson does very well than Christopher Nkunku. But that's, by the way, a nice to see you there, Ryan. Let me call you Khalid. To big up to you. Always nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. So we're gonna go straight to talking about Cole Palmer. Again, I'm happy to see Nkunku is back scoring for both club and country, and he's announced his return to the French national team with an excellent goal, well taken goal. He had to navigate a very crowded box to put that one away. Something he's excellent at doing. He's excellent at navigating tight spaces. Nicholas Jackson, not so much. Nicholas Jackson, quicker than Christopher Nkunku. But more physical than Christopher Nkunku. But Nkunku is a much better finisher by far. So let's start talking about the man. We'll be looking at a lot of comments. Again, I've said this 1,000 times now, but I'm going to say it again. We'll be looking at comments from pundits, opposition players, teammates, former and current teammates. I'm not sure I have everything on here because quite a lot have been said about him. The first one, Ian Wright on Cole Palmer. He never seems rushed, never wastes a pass, doesn't hang on to it too much. There's enough for people to move into space. There's enough for people to move into space for us to make this work. Yep. I'm quite sure you know Ian Wright very well. That's his own take on Cole Palmer. He's an excellent player, no question. But I think it makes sense for us to go through. So you can say this is more like the Cole Palmer show, where all we do, what all we're going to do in this show is to talk about him. And once I share the link in the comments in the chat session, if you want, you can come onto the panel. Let us know whether you think Cole Palmer can win the Ballon d'Or and what needs to happen for that to happen for him. He's an excellent player, and I have no doubt that he get there. But right now, I think a lot we must be truthful here. A lot of things have to fall in place for that to happen, not just his performances alone. I think the club's overall, where we as Chelsea as a club, where we are when he does something good enough to earn him that personal accolade. If we don't measure that level in terms of what we're winning over the overall team performance, he's not going to win it. But no doubt, he's a special talent. Isn't faced by any measure of pressure on him. When you call upon him, he answers. And this is Roy Keane on Cole Palmer. He's exciting. He's brilliant. It's his mindset. Yep, it's here. It's his mindset. His number six, if you prefer. He's an intelligent player. More importantly, he could walk into any dressing room and hold his own. No question. I bet Pep every time he thinks about how what transpired before Cole Palmer chose to leave rather than stay and play second fiddle to or anybody. Look at the Man City team. That the players they had at the time. I think they still had Gundogan at the time. And all the players they had, and Cole Palmer felt like, yeah, I should be starting, otherwise I'm leaving. And the manager gave him the ultimatum: either you stay or you're not going out on loan or you're getting sold. And he chose to leave when Chelsea came calling. He chose to join Chelsea. Good decision, and a strong belief in his ability to do well at Chelsea, and it's paying off for him. His thing, this kid is something special. I have no words, no words enough. I have no in. I don't think I have enough words to be able to accurately describe um, what he's capable of doing in terms of that is given his footballing ability. More importantly, he has something that I value so much, something I almost always look for in players whenever I want to talk about them or defend them. His footballing intelligence is something special. And the more from his own perspective, he has a very strong belief in his abilities to be the best in the world. So good to hear this, and he does on the pitch what very few players can do. You'd pay to go and watch him, a brilliant player. So we're there. Yep, it's been Cole Palmer, this Cole Palmer, that. How many? That's up to that has been happening for a while now. But I think it escalated of late after he won England's best footballer. Roy Keane on Cole Palmer. I bet when he walked into the Chelsea dressing room last year, he thought I am the best player, but he can back it up. I mean, I don't care whether that was again what came to his mind when he walked into the dressing room. I don't care really. I'm happy he's a Chelsea player, and Roy Keane is probably thinking, why did United keep him? Because he was a United fan growing up before he joined City. So I could care less about this, honestly. Let's see what else we have here. Cole Palmer, Lee Costley on Cole Palmer. He's a player that whatever you throw at him, he deals with it. He just doesn't deal with it. He deals with it effectively. He's that good. But that shouldn't give us the right to keep putting pressure on him and hyping him up. I don't care the measure of pressure you put on Cole Palmer. I think he's proven he's capable of carrying any team. He's capable of handling whatever measure of pressure you put on him. So I don't care about that. Although you can say it is different for every player. Some players, when you put this much pressure on them, they start faltering. But in this case, it just seems as if the more pressure you pile on him or you put on him, the better he becomes. The second paragraph from Lee Castley's comment reads, ultimately, he's still a young player and he's, yeah, just 22. He's still got a lot of improvement to do, even though he's at an incredible limit at the moment. I still think he can get better. Oh, yeah. He can become even better. No question about that. My bro, Keishan is in the house. Keishan, don't go about blocking people. There's definitely a problem with YouTube. In the back end, I cannot create a poll or even pin a comment. Yep, it doesn't help anyway. I'm not sure why that's happening. And Courtney is in the house. Nice to see you, Courtney. I do hope you're doing well. Big up. I think too much pressure on him. You think there's too much pressure on him, but do you think he gets to him? I don't think he gets to him. I don't think that pressure gets to him. He was a standout player for us. He emerged as a standout player for us last season when everyone else, even in games when everyone else, every one of his teammates underperformed, he emerged as the best player on the day. I don't think it gets to him. And this is not something that you can get under control. As long as he's as good at, again, he continues to show the sort of brilliance he's shown since he joined Chelsea, people will continue to talk about him, will continue to talk about how good he is, how brilliant he is, what a player he is, how he can win the Ballon d'Or and all that. You can't stop that. But I'm going to say this again. The good thing is that he's shown it doesn't get to him. But why? That's why we call him Cold Palmer. Yeah, or ice, whatever, however you want to find it. Again, sometimes you see people call him cold ice palmer, cold ice palmer, cold palmer, and all that. That's reflective of his, you could say, demeanor. Whenever he's on the pitch, it doesn't. Nothing seems to. Doesn't seem to be faced by anything. The measure of pressure you put on him, it doesn't matter. He delivers. He don't. He, I don't think I've ever watched him and go, yeah, he seemed nervous. Never. From his Chelsea debut till date, he came onto the beach like a boss when he made his Chelsea debut. Yeah. So I don't think that's an issue. I know it's different for every player. Some people will lose it under so much pressure. And the pressure now is grown up beyond Chelsea to the expectation that he's going to be the one to save England, given how badly I get it. They made it to the Euros final, but that's a competition. I believe that at the time they had the manager at the time had enough quality in the team to win that competition, but he didn't. But that's by the way. But nice to see you, Courtney. I do hope you're doing well. What do we have here? Yeah, that really pissed me off, but I've moved on from it. It's just that every time I see you, I just start laughing because he was funny. Just what the 10-year-old would do. Give me 1 second here. Okay, come and give us your 2 cents. One sec here. I'm coming. 2 cents on the panel. All right, this is supposed to be a calling show, so I'm sharing the link. Let's hear you. Sorry, I can't pin it. That's because YouTube, I think they have a problem. Yeah, I get it. No one can save England. I wanted them to win so badly. I knew it was going to be difficult for England to win the Euros. I've always supported England ever since I started loving football. But I did like Southgate. You could tell if you understand football that tactically, when it matters, it doesn't seem to know what to do. It's always looked lost for me. But that's by the way. There you go. The link is there. Come give us your 2 cents on the panel if you have time. We want to hear you. Do you think Cole Palmer can win the Ballon d'Or, and what needs to happen for that dream to come through? Dream of his, I do believe. I can't speak on his behalf. But he's such a confident player that I'm quite sure he has that belief that he's going to win it one day. John Stones on Palmer. He says, I was a huge fan of Cole Palmer as soon as he came into our first team setup. What he brought to the game and how he played as if he was in the park. I was sad. I was sad to see him leave, and I made him aware of that, which means he told him he wasn't happy he left Manchester City. But what he has gone and done is credit to him. So leaving City was never a mistake. Living Manchester City was the right choice for him. And boy, look how quickly his career is progressing. Yep, I don't think had he stayed at Manchester City, I don't think he'd be playing enough for the world to know how good he is. Probably, maybe every now and then he gets a chance to play. Maybe he could have played a lot more this season given Kevin De Bruyne's absence. But I don't think he'd play as many games he's played at Chelsea, and I don't think his career would be at the level that it is right now. Maybe play here and there for City, and then you see flashes of brilliance from him, but I don't think he'd have Pep. I don't think he'd play enough for the world to see what a player he is, if that makes sense. So keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And before we progress, the link is there in the chat if you want to come onto the panel to let us know. Let's hear what you have to say about Cole Palmer and whether you think he can win the Ballon d'Or and what needs to happen before that dream of us maybe I'm quite sure definitely dream of this to come true. And before that, what a goal line clearance by Levi Colwell. And I'll just leave it at what I already said. He learned from the best. That was just brilliance. That was a good stretch from him. I was thinking that's it. That's gonna go in. Yeah, for reasons. For one, you say for instances, I've seen. Let's say for that long goal, that goal we considered against Nottingham Forest, it could have done better in terms of trying to stop the ball from getting inside the net. So, given that, bearing that at the back of my mind, I thought that's it. Greece, well, yeah, that's a goal for Greece. But boy, he shocked, he surprised me. I have to be honest. Courtney is saying, I wonder how young talent. Okay, I wonder how young talent we don't see because they choose to sit on the bench at their big clubs. Yeah, quite a lot. Because if you don't get the opportunity to express to show what you're capable of doing, nobody will know. So I think Cole Palmer, I think his emergence or how well he's done at Chelsea so far, because he's still a long way to go. I think lots of young players at Manchester City probably would look again, I don't think they'd be content with sitting on the bench playing second fiddle to anybody or be content with getting a few games here and there. I get it. A lot of people will bring up the argument, how about Phil Foden? But there are a few other players to look at also. How about Jadon Sancho? Yeah, he's progressed too. His career has progressed beyond, you could argue, how had he decided to stay at City, probably wouldn't be where he is today. Um, so I think it makes sense. That will lead to a lot of young players at the club asking questions. Just like when, in the case of Chelsea, when that trend started, a lot's changed. A lot of young players, before you know it, when it gets to them signing a professional contract or choose between doing that and leaving, a lot of them left. Some of them, even after signing a professional contract, at a certain point decided to leave Chelsea to go to other clubs because the trend was already in motion, maybe, if for lack of a more specific language, that right there. But yeah, I think that's a good that's a good question. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. I'm not gonna waste your time. If we get through the um, comments from some of them who says Gary Neville, he's become a pundit, former England international. Once we're through with addressing, we're done addressing the comments from former footballers or pundits, whatever you want to call them. We'll look to see if anything new has emerged. If nothing new has emerged, we will move on. And if you're lucky, if any of the panelists join me, uh, that way you get diversified opinion. Fine. If not, I'll call it a day. I'm not going to let it run. And at Sports Night TV, nice to see you. I appreciate you finding time to join the show this particular afternoon. And here we have Gary Neville on Cole Palmer. I think Cole Palmer has an unbelievable understanding of the game, unbelievable technical ability, and also the composure in front of goal. That's where you see, yeah. Um. Let me see if I can find that link there. Give me 1 second here. Let me see if I can find that link. Um, or somebody else, if you're in the chat, if you can find the link. I don't know. YouTube is messed up. This is not good. I can't even find a way to share the link with you. Okay, I think I can do it. Okay, I've seen how I can do it. Let's see what else we have here. Give me 1 second here. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. Shoot. Yeah, something isn't right with YouTube. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, just give me 1 second there. Let me share. I will share the link with you. So I'll keep reading. I'm waiting for something to open. And he said, okay, in front of God. Uh, let me see. Give me 1 second here. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Let's see if we can get 100 likes by the time the show ends. Link, share your members on. Okay, there you go. I think it's this one here. I found a way to do that. Okay, there you go. And it's a sports TV. There you go. The link there. Oh, I see. This may well be the reason why. Let me see. Yeah, this that may well be the reason why I wasn't able to see that from you. Let me see if that's the case. I hope it is. I hope to God it is. Please don't. There you go. I just learned something new here. Okay, I had some other account open, so it made it difficult. So I'm gonna pin the message. There's the link there. Did you say anything? So let me delete it. Let me precede that with the text, so it makes it easier for you to understand what's going on. Unpin message. I'm gonna say become a member. Caps lock. Link. There you go. I'm gonna pin this. There you go. NS Sports TV. There you go. You have it there. Pin message. Then I think I should be able to use the poll now to beg for more likes. So here, but let me finish reading this first. When you put those three things together, that is really, really special, and you cannot believe right now. Okay, right now sat here how City have got that one so wrong. I mean, it happens every now and then. We let Kevin De Bruyne go. I know his journey probably wasn't straight from Chelsea to Manchester City. He went out on loan to Germany, and then the German club bought him on loan. Was it Strasbourg? No, 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 not Strasbourg. Sorry, what's the name? Oh gosh. But they bought him and then later on sold him to City because we know they got a good price for him, but his trajectory is absolutely fantastic, and City don't normally get those ones wrong. Here's the thing: it doesn't matter how much they sold him for us. The question is, it looks like we bought him for cheap. Yeah, I think definitely you. I'm not sure what else to say here. And we had Salah too, exactly. We had Mohamed Salah. He went out on loan to AS Roma, and then we sold him to. Was it? Yeah, we didn't sell him to Roma. Okay, we sold him to Roma, and then Liverpool bought him from Roma. I think that was his own. Yeah, just give me 1 second here. One sec. One sec. I'll be back with you. All right, and if you're in the chat, let us know if you want to come onto the panel. The link is there. Okay, you'll find the link there. If you still need the link, let me know. I can't pin two messages at the same time. I had to pin the other one because NSTV Sports want to become a member, so you can easily see the link there. But if you want the link to come onto the panel, do let me know. I will share it there again to make it easier for you. We had Mo Salah, yep, and we'll let him leave. There are a lot of players have come through our academy, but you just cannot keep them all. And in most cases, some of the players in question that have left Chelsea, like Tino Livramento, wanted to leave. There are other players also. The one I think he decided to represent Ghana and not England. What's his name? Tariq? Is it Tariq Lamptey? I think it's Lamte is his last name. I'm not sure if the first name is Tariq. But that's fine. Anyway, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes that do go along with. Bobby, big up to you, and thank you so much for joining me on the panel this afternoon. We're talking about Cole Palmer. Yep, Palmer nominal. That's exactly what's going on. Everything in the football world for a few days now has been Cole Palmer, Cole Palmer, Cole Palmer, Cole Palmer. Bobby, let's hear you. If you want to, again, if you've been paying attention, you can come in any way you want to come in. But I want you to answer this question. Do you think he'd win the Ballon d'Or someday? What needs, and if yes, what needs to happen for that the dream of his, which I think I strongly believe, yeah, he probably hopes to win the Ballon d'Or someday. For that dream of his to come through, or you could say the dream of us also, because we love him, want to see him get to that level. But let's hear you, Bobby.
Yeah, big up, coach. Big up. I don't know if he scored today against England. I was watching the game a
No,
little bit.
he didn't score. I think it was Bellingham that scored for England. He had an
Uh,
opportunity. He missed an opportunity. Actually, that top was when I saw him get at the end of the ball. I thought, yeah, that he was going to score. A chance created by Cole. I think Bellingham created the chance for him, but he ballooned it.
yeah, well, I
But he
stopped
did
watching
well. He
after
finished
1-0.
well.
I stopped watching after. Many people, myself included, are not really keen on this whole sort of international thing. It's just a
Mm,
waste of time. Nkunku scored as well. That's good for his confidence. Look, I think Cole Palmer can win the Sorry, the Ballon d'Or. Um, he's in a. He just has to keep his performances up. He's in a very good position in that he already has the PR machine behind him,
mm.
which will help him. I think, fortunately, the English media seem to like him at the moment, so that will help. And hopefully, when Chelsea win another Champions League soon, Premier League, and England maybe win the at least a European Championship, then he'll be in the reckoning, or at least go close to winning a European Championship with him in the team. Then he'll be in the reckoning. That's just it. But he must win some major honors, and preferably with Chelsea. I don't subscribe all this. Oh, he has to go here, go there, go here. No, I don't think he does. We protected his value at least with the super long contract. But if the ownership are who I think they are, they will hold him as their prize jewel. I mean, he's their stamp, isn't he? He's a symbol of what they got right. They're not going to let that go easily, especially if he's successful. So that's what it will take. Should he be in that discussion now? I wouldn't do that now. Here he's got an accolade from his England teammates. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
And he's young player of the year. That's good. He's getting the right type of accolades for the level he is at the moment. But talk of Ballon d'Or, that will come maybe
He made the list,
next
didn't he?
season. I don't know. Did he?
No, yeah,
I don't know.
he made the initial list, which even what's his name? Let me check again. Am I confused or am I seeing? We say how how people joke a lot on social media, but go ahead, I'll
Maybe
check.
there was an underage, a young, um, globally recognized award. I don't know. Ballon d'Or would surprise me. There's a lot of, Bellingham, I'm sure, was there because of the Champions Leagues with Real Madrid. There must be a big trophy behind you, unless you're somebody as glaring as Harry Kane. But he'll never win it, insofar as he's never won a big trophy. That's what it takes, a big trophy.
Yeah, okay, let me see. What date was it? Jude Bellingham was there. Let me see. Let me see. That came out September 5th. Maybe I'm misquoting what I saw online. But just give me one
I
second
think you were
here.
talking maybe about the PFA Player of the Year award. where he was mentioned as well, but in the end, he got the Young Player of the Year award.
No, Palmer
What
made
a-
it. Palmer made the initial list of how many players here. Uh, Let me see what. Yep. Yeah, Ballon d'Or nominees 2024. Cole Palmer was 15th. Yep, so he was there.
Well, that doesn't sound too bad, too
No, he doesn't. Hmm.
unrealistic, but I can assure you, he's not going to win it straight away. He's got to win something big with Chelsea. And I
No, but
understand, keep
yeah, but go
underlying
ahead.
with
What you were
Chelsea.
saying, Bobby.
And I keep underlying with Chelsea.
All right. If you want to join us on the panel and let's get your 2 cents, your opinion on Cole Palmer, whether you think he'd win Ballon d'Or and what needs to happen for that dream of us. Maybe we can't say specifically if it's dream of his, but I'll be shocked if he doesn't dream of winning that. We had Salah. I've read that, and keeping it real, Chelsea Bellingham goal. Watkins assist, yeah. Bellingham created one for Cole Palmer. He missed it. Yep, so very correct. But nice to see you, bro. I do hope you're doing well. If you have time, share the link to your YouTube channel so people can go check it out and subscribe. Ballon d'Or incoming. I believe he's capable of winning that, but it's not that straightforward. I think everything comes down to how well the team is doing, not just him as an individual. And yeah, it's not that straightforward, really. Plus, politics do
I
play a
mean, I tell
part
you what,
in the
yeah,
selection process. But go ahead.
Erling Haaland could win a Ballon d'Or. I wouldn't be surprised if he isn't in the reckoning because he's broken a record with Norway in terms of goal scoring. He keeps consistently getting top goal scorer in the Premier League. He's winning Premier Leagues, and so he will be in the calling. And I'm sure if you look at that list, his name is there. And at this point in time, unless we win something big, um, he will be more likely to get one than Palmer straight away.
Yeah, if you're there, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes that do go along with. If you have any questions, drop it in the chat. And if you want to come onto the panel, let's hear you. Let's see what else we have here. This comment here is Darren Ambrose says Cole Palmer is not yet world class. I think I can agree with that, but he's an excellent player. I don't know, Bobby. I think we had a conversation at length. Were you on the panel on the day where we discussed upcoming talent, generational talent, which I told people I think that term it's been people people throw around that term recklessly, in my opinion. But in the case of Cole Palmer, Bobby, I'm going to read this to hear what you have to say. I'm probably my belief is that you probably agree with that. Darren Ambrose says Cole Palmer is not yet world class. He's a sensational player and he's going to be. He's got massive potential, but to become world class, you have to do it for longer, for longer than 1 season, 1 season and a half. That's what Cole Palmer on. That's what Cole Palmer on. That's okay. That's what Cole Palmer's on at the moment, world class form, but that doesn't make you world class. I'm a bit confused with this comment, but I agree. I wouldn't say he's world class yet, but he has the potential to become one if he performs consistently at this level, in my opinion. But Bobby, let's hear your thoughts on the comment from Darren Ambrose.
I can't argue with that comment. I think he's right. It's that simple. I think he's right. Talking of a Ballon d'Or for him now is extremely premature.
I mean, we have no option than to do that. He made the list and he was in the top 15. He was the 15th. Yep. He made it again. That's not easy, really. I think, and something else I want us to talk about, Bobby. Um, Somebody in the chat, I think it was Courtney, who said something to the effect of that we're putting so much pressure on him. We don't have any other option than to talk about how well he's doing. And if that means pressure, then if he cannot, you can say deal with it, deal with people talking about how good he is, and what, or maybe what a talent he is, then he will not get to that level. But the good thing, as I said when I read that particular comment, he's proven that he isn't phased by whatever you throw at him. He's capable of dealing whatever pressure, measure of pressure you put on him. I think he does come across as if the more the pressure, the better he'd perform. Actually, in my opinion. But let's hear you, Bobby.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the so-called pressure really bothers him. Good players are always talked about. They're always talked about.
Hmm.
With Bellingham, is it? Oh gosh, so Greece actually won that game 2-1. He
Yeah,
didn't
they
say
won.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And England's goal came after Greece. Greece was up 2-0 actually.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, they're going to talk about him, and I don't think that bothers him. I really believe he's just focused on his game, to be honest.
yeah,
And so he should be.
yeah, he isn't moved. Yeah, I agree with you. And I'm gonna say this again: if it's a problem that people are talking about how good he is, and if that's pressure, then he's not gonna get that. But I'm just happy that he's doesn't seem he seemed he's not phased by how much people talk about him, the so-called pressure. I don't think so. He comes across as the more the pressure, the better he performs on the pitch. But despite we have 32 people watching, only 6 of those on YouTube. The rest on the X. If you're following the show on X, do us a favor, kindly take a second, drop a like on the stream, and also do subscribe to the channel. Follow our X account to help us get to 5,000 followers. We're at 4,600 plus. Thanks to Vince for the push, retweeting or resharing my posts. They've doing that for me. Have helped me get to get the amount of the number of followers I have right now. Sorry, I can't speak, and I sincerely do appreciate that. Let's see, and he says, I think we've read this all, and who has said something about him? And this is Darren Ambrose also. He's got Matthew. I think that's the same as this one, so I don't want to repeat that one. Let's see what else we have here. Former Arsenal and England forward Theo Walcott says you cannot leave him out of any team, and I am talking about England too. He's so gifted. He will have that owl. How'd you pronounce that word again? Is it owl? He will have that owl around him, so that players are afraid of him. If he continues like this, he is going
Aura.
to.
You have the aura around him.
Okay, but just what I see, there's AWE.
They misspelt it.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. That players are afraid of him. If he continues
Oh,
like
you mean
this.
or, or.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I did pronounce it correctly. Okay.
Mm.
Um, the players are afraid of him. If he continues like this, he is going to be a legend of the Premier League, a legend of the game, because he's that good. And I'm not saying that lightly. He's a player I started liking even before he joined Chelsea. I never questioned the Chelsea's pursuit of his signature at the time. A lot of people did, but I'm glad he's shut them up, or maybe he's made them look back and regret saying one of the things they said. Some even went to the extent of saying that Chelsea have become a joke of a club for signing Cole Palmer. Good evening to you too, Chama, the Queen of the House. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. So it's time for news hunting. Except if you're there and you want to come onto the panel to talk about Cole Palmer, feel free. Ask for the link if you can find it, and I'll share it with you. So let's see if anything new has emerged since with the show we started the show. Bobby, anything else you want to talk about? Up to you. This is the England manager. We're not there to talk about that. But Bobby, if you rewatch the game, Levi Cowell did very well. He did very 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 well.
Yeah, from what
And
I
then
saw, he was doing well. Yeah.
yeah, he did really well. Anything new? Christopher Nkunku scored for the French national team. He announced his return to the French national team with a well-taken goal. Had to navigate the crowd on in the box to finish to put the ball in the back of the net. Anything else here? Ian Wright and Cole Palmer. He's never. I think we've read that one too. So if you're in the chat and you have any questions, so put it in the chat and we'll try to address it. And if we can't find anything else to talk about here, then yeah, we will call it a day. Bobby, have you seen the goal line clearance? Here's a picture here. I think this will tell you everything you need to know about it, about how well he
I
did. You see it
saw it.
there?
Yeah.
Yep, I thought that was it. I thought that was it. Greece. Again, I said, "Ooh, that's it." England it's gonna concede right now. And boom! How he did it, I didn't know, and I was concerned that it might have crossed the line, but it didn't. That was brilliant for him, and I think that will give him a lot of confidence going forward. He did really, really well, and people brought up was start comparing this goal line clearance with that of Thiago Silva, and then you say a lot of positive comments followed that goal line clearance there, and well deserved, really. Rightly so, maybe. Madueke did come on for Saka, did his best, but probably a bit too late. Saka limped was he didn't walk straight when he was when he went out when he was changed substituted by Nani Madueke. I'm not sure if he got injured or something. I hope he's all right. Roy Keane and Cole Palmer, I think we've talked about that. I bet when he walked into the Chelsea room, that's funny, really. But I don't care. Even if in fact that came to his mind when he walked into the Chelsea dressing room, I don't. It doesn't matter to me. He's a Chelsea player right now, and I'm happy he's here with us. We've discussed Roy Keane's comment, and this is my post, and Bobby, see the comparison here. This was a screenshot of Thiago Silva's goal line clearance. What team was that? I think it was in the Champions League or something. And that's Levi Koras. He did really well. Vincent's players of the half after the first half: Cole Palmer and Bellingham. Let's see anything else. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular afternoon. 40 people watching, 13 of those on YouTube, the rest on X. Please keep dropping the likes on the stream. 21. We postponed this show like 3 times, and that's probably the promotion on YouTube side that probably affected that. Let's see anything else about Chelsea. I'm done talking about England right now. And if you want to come onto the panel to let's hear you talk about Cole Palmer and hear whether you believe he'd win the Ballon d'Or and what needs to happen for that dream of us, or maybe dream of his, definitely dream of his, to come true. And oh no, Saka is injured. Well, they have Sterling. I'm not sure if he's injured. I'm not too sure, but he limped off though. To be honest, he didn't walk off the pitch straight in a straight manner. He was limping, so I'm not sure. Nkunku starts for France and scored an excellent goal. Anything else I'm looking, just this news hunting, and I haven't seen anything worth discussing, except if you have any questions or Cole Palmer made Premier League's team of the week after week 7. He and Robert Sanchez made it. He got a rating of 8.8. The highest rated player was Bukayo Saka. Okay. Let's see anything else. Ibrahim Gunsaya, my night, bro. Good morning, everyone in the house. Good morning to you too. I do hope you're doing well. If you want to join the panel to come talk about Cole Palmer, I'm going to share the link again. You're welcome to do so. This is supposed to be a Chelsea calling show. Let's see what else we have here. Saka has been limping since 2019. Yeah, I did see a lot of that on X. People, I did see people saying that he's never walked off the pitch in a straight manner. He always limps. So, but I don't know. So maybe he's fine. So chances, I'm guessing he's definitely all right. Oh my goodness. See you, sir. You don't even messing up. So let me share the link again. Just give me 1 second. I wanted to share the link. Yep, it's there. I'm gonna pin this. That's the link to the panel, but it has no preceding test there to say text to remind people. Okay, join the panel. Let's go, people. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna pin that one if it comes in. Let's see what else we have here. So I want to pin this one. If you want to join the panel to come, let's hear you speak about Cole Palmer. Would really appreciate that. Replace the pinned message. So we're now news hunting. As we news hunt, if you have any questions, drop it in the chat. I'll try to address it as usual. If I cannot answer your question, I'll pretend I don't see it. I'm joking. If you ask me a question, if I cannot, if I don't know the answer to the question you're asking, I'll let you know. I don't pretend. Okay. What else do we have here? Keep dropping the likes on the stream. And this is Nicholas Jackson was bullied against Nottingham Forest by Nikola Milankovic. How do you pronounce that? Milenkovic, who is an absolute brute. He's like Ivanovic kind of physical specimen. That day, I thought we needed a more fluid front line. Nicholas Jackson can also be part of a fluid front line, but he's not as effective as what's his name, Christopher Nkunku can be in terms of navigating tight spaces. I thought that actually that Nkunku was going to start that game, but that's by the way. Liam told me on Robert Sanchez, he's improved massively. I have to say. He's massive. He's got really long arms and is very agile for his size. So he's got the capability to make saves like that against Nottingham Forest. The issue is consistency. I don't even think he's bad with his feet. I think he's considerably good enough with his feet, and the more he plays consistent, he can only get better at using his feet. And his distribution isn't bad really, but there's always again he always has that moment. You can say lapses in concentration maybe where he always directly passes the ball to the opposition as if he's urging them to come score. But at the same time, when you play in that manner, such mistakes will always happen. Honestly, if we're being truthful, the likes of Manuel Neuer, Edson of Manchester City, and what's the Liverpool goalkeeper, they've all had those. You could say what if you like. I mean, it'd be right to say Boza moment because it's a relatable language. In the case of Alisson, I remember him trying to beat Kelechi Iheanacho, and he got the ball from him. And Leicester City on that day scored from that mistake. Edison, I can't quite remember his, but Neuer quite a few actually. But I can't say specifically which ones, but go find. I think you'd find a camp of his mistakes online. I'd be saying it's way too early for Palmer and Ballon talk. Well, we didn't add him to the list. Yeah, the list that came out, he's on the list 15th to be more specific. I had to check because I wasn't too sure. So I don't think it's way too early. Everything comes down to how well the club he's playing for, how well the club is doing currently, and how well it's done. Because it's not down to his performance alone. Other factors have to fall into place for him to win it. But he did well enough that he made it. He made the list. So kudos to him. So if he made the list, I don't think it'd be correct to say it's way too early to talk about him winning the Ballon d'Or. He's capable of winning it. The question is, what do you think needs to happen for him to win it? Yeah, and I'm not gonna say anymore. That dream of ours may be definitely a dream of his because I'm quite sure he dreams of winning the Ballon d'Or someday. No player wouldn't, and a player who plays at the level that he plays, I get it. He's still developing. Actually, he's still just 22. He would want to win it. Let's see what else we have here. So the second part says plus we haven't heard links to Real Madrid or Barcelona. So I did read something, although I'd say when I read that, I didn't take it seriously. Something to the effect of him learning Spanish. Who said that actually? I think it was Matt Law that said the Copa is learning Spanish. Maybe that's him trolling Chelsea fans. I don't know. Because I don't see the owners selling him. It would take a world, like you say, a world record fee to convince Chelsea to sell him. Even at that, I don't think Chelsea will look to sell him because at the moment, if you sell Palmer, even in a year's time, if you sell him, let me just stick with. I don't see it happening. Real Madrid can stick it up there behind because it's not going to happen. And the owners, they signed them, they trusted him, they signed them, and and they offered him a new contract. He accepted it, and he's actually extended his contract, I think, by a year or two or so. I can't quite remember. With a better salary, to be to that probably the main reason why he signed a new contract. But the club had to offer him a new contract real after seeing firsthand how good he is, and after seeing firsthand how good he can become, and how good as the club Chelsea is with him and without him, if that makes sense, and vice versa, maybe. So he's not going anywhere. So when I saw that, I laughed. I didn't even. I thought about, you can say, adding it to the list of the items that we're going to discuss today, and I said no. You know what? Because it's absolute nonsense, in my opinion. So, but back to Robert Sanchez. He's done well. He's not perfect yet. I'm not going to complain if you start making averaging at least one single mistake, one single high profile mistake per game, then it's an issue. But if it happens every now and then, that is something that's very common when you play like that. Yeah, when you play out from the back, to use a more relatable language there. And I have to say this quickly. In this case, I don't think it has happened. His errors since the start of the season haven't happened at a frequency uh, that you could argue that's concerning. No, it's been here and there, and I think nothing new there. If you understand uh, the downside of playing out from the back, if that makes sense. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along with 24 likes. We have a total of 39 people following the show, 11 on YouTube, the rest on X. And if you're following the show on X, just know that we appreciate you. If you don't mind, please kindly take a second, drop a like on the video, and follow our X account to help us get to 5,000 followers. We'd really appreciate that. All right, let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Anything else? If you have any questions, drop it in the chat. Otherwise, we'll continue with news hunting. Hi, people. Hi. What else do we have here? Maresca is very clear on the methods he wants his team to use, and has quickly put his stamp on Chelsea's play. I think I agree. For those with a keen interest in tactics, his team will be a fascinating one to watch as the season unfolds. Coach's voice. Is that an outlet? That's the first time I'm seeing that, I have to be honest. Let's see. Amora Maresca. I think we have a few stuff to have fun with while we wait to see if anybody wants to join the panel and talk about Cole Palmer. We wait for you. What else do we have here? Maresca had immediately implemented Maresca had immediately implemented lots of short connections, especially when building through the middle third of the pitch. So after 7 league games in the 24-25 season, Chelsea had the 4th highest number of passes per minute of possession, because how quickly, we passed the ball. I've loved that about our games this season. The improvement, the progress we've made in such short amount of time is impressive, really. And that's my bro in the house, the blue Tiff again. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. I owe you the birthday balloon and fireworks. Yeah, please go follow our X account. Help us get to 5,000 followers. We'd really appreciate that. This is the link to our sister channel. We're releasing a lot of videos there, and for this particular channel, every week there will be 2-3 videos for members only, recorded by Matt, and the ones he's released already are all very, very enjoyable. So you should go check them out. Just give me 1 second. I need to do this for my bro. We were streaming in a format on that day that didn't allow me pop the balloons, and not pop, release the balloons, and you could say shoot the fireworks for him. I'm not sure what's the correct language there. So the Bluetooth again. Happy belated birthday to you, brother. I appreciate you. And Tobeho's birthday also today, so we will celebrate Tobeho in a bit. No problem, bro. Whenever you can. All right. All right, happy belated birthday to my bro. A very very nice person. I made him, albeit online, but he's showing that he's a true brother, and I sincerely do appreciate that. And yeah, I have to celebrate Tobejo also. Tobejo, there you go, your balloons here. Happy birthday to our bro Tobejo. Woo! Tobejo, there you go, your balloon and the fireworks for you also. I hope you're having fun. Yep, happy belated birthday to the Bluetooth game and happy birthday to Tobejo. Uh, Two brothers here that I love and respect so much, selfless as can be. Tobejo, the same thing, and kind hearted also. Both of them, I love them both. So the Bluetooth game, happy birthday to you once again. And there you go, Chama saying happy birthday to you. Shanks is asking, do you watch the England? Did I watch the England match? I did watch. Yep, I watched it from beginning to end. It's maybe 5 minutes distraction here and there from my boy because I was at home alone with him. Yep, I watched it. Yeah, Cole Palmer did very well. Had a chance to score for England. Ballooned it. I thought that was it, that he was going to score. A beautiful chance, you could argue, laid on the plate for him by put on the plate for him by Jude Bellingham, and he ballooned it. He also created one. Cole Palmer then created one in the second half for Oli Watkins that I thought, okay, that was it. England was going to score, and he ballooned it too. Yeah, I think with time, I think England will start playing way better than they played on the Southgate under the new manager. From what I experienced. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. IP saying, Coach, I know fit participate. I know fit participate. Last time I chopped. You chopped waiting. I chopped Bessie and Coco for head. And nobody you talk with you talk that day. Things I don't forget me. All right, the blue again. Much love to you, brother. I appreciate you. Cowell is getting hit for the second goal. I don't think it makes sense to single him out. After all, he stopped England from conceding after that howler by what's the Everton goalkeeper. So I don't think it makes sense to single him out. Or no, I wouldn't. I don't think so. He needs to be encouraged, if anything. He's an excellent defender. He's getting there. I've always known that was the case. But last season, my argument was that he wasn't that quite there at the time. But with the more he plays, the better he'd become. But one thing he has to improve upon is his overall defending. But in terms of his, like you say, when he had his passing range, wow, you'd think that he's actually a midfielder, not a defender, and he's an intelligent player, so he's getting there. Kachila, I became an aunt 10 days ago to a baby boy. Remember my sister's wedding you went to in Texas, right? Wow. I remember you went to Texas, right? I was telling you how hot it can get in Texas. Okay, I attended last year in Texas. It's hot, baby. Congratulations. I think, let me see. I think we deserve to celebrate that with you also, Chama. Because you're the queen of the house. And Rain Cowell saved the goal, though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even without that goal line clearance, you could call that Thiago Silva esque. Even without that, I don't think it makes sense to start. You can say singling him out for poor performance. He was good overall, in my opinion. But let's celebrate with Shoma here. She told us when she went for that wedding, and Choma is one of us. So I apologize. Let's take up just a few minutes to celebrate. Choma, there you go. The balloon for the baby boy, and the fireworks also. Yep, Chama, thank you so much for letting us know. We appreciate that. We're family here, and that's how we operate. So if you are in the chat, please, if you haven't, take a second, like the video. We are at 26 likes. We should be doing a lot better than that. I'm gonna try to go as long as I can. We're still news hunting. We're seeing a few interesting stuff here that we didn't know were there, and we've addressed them. And I'm quite sure still good. No worries, Chama. We're family here, okay? Let's see what else we have here. The chances of Mudryk departing Chelsea and loaning in the winter window to find his form again are becoming more likely. I'd say less likely. He's been doing well of late, if anything. And I don't believe that report. That's Give Me Sports. He doesn't need to find anything elsewhere. He needs to stay, learn how the manager wants him to apply with himself on the pitch, and get better at it. And that's all I can say right now. No worries, Summer, once again, and thank you for letting us know. Yeah, that's how we're gonna celebrate Kim. So once he finds a girlfriend, he told us he's looking for one, and every time we ask, he's always told us he hadn't found one. Let's see what else you see here. We have here. It's like Maresca walked them hard. Okay, those that didn't travel. That's Tolson. That's Romeo Lavia, and that's Drewsbury Hall. Yep, they look like he walks them to death, really. They look very tired. Casado will reach 50 caps for Ecuador national team if he plays against Paraguay and Uruguay. A great figure achieved in just 4 years since his debut in 2020. What a player he is, and I'm glad he's coming good for Chelsea, showing that he's worth the amount we paid for him. And Casado is one of the main players in the national team and has also earned the title of captain alongside Erna Valencia. He stands out above all his consistency. All his consistency, and because he usually has no trouble maintaining it when playing for the national team. But here's the only issue I have here. Here's the issue I have here. Whenever he returns from international assignments, it usually takes him a while to get up and running. Yeah, and that's usually a concern for me. But here's the thing: I'm not too concerned because we have Romeo Lavia who can fulfill his role effectively. Both are excellent players, and I don't want to get to the extent of you can say trying to figure out or even tell you which of the two players I think is better than the other. Both are good players, and we can rotate them both with Chelsea. And yeah, we'll be playing a lot of football, even when we're not in the Champions League. There are other competitions, so let's see. I hope it comes back intact. So other players too. Moises Casado on relationship with Enzo Fernandez. Yep, it gets interesting. I think we're starting to see some of the stuff that I believe some of the stuff that I believe will be of interest to those of you that are still watching. But we still have 45 people following the show, and of the 45 people, 16 on YouTube, the rest on X. And also, if you're watching and you want to come into the panel to talk about Cole Palmer, let me know, and I'll share the link with you. And I have to apologize. This particular show was supposed to air, I think 3 a.m. my time, postponed to 9 a.m. and then postponed to 3 p.m. So, but I'm not gonna say why. I told Dante because of how close I am with him, but I'm not gonna say why to the public. Nothing bad. It's something actually that is worth celebrating, but I'm not going to talk about it right now here. Moises Casado on his relationship with Enzo Fernandez. He says that Enzo and I get along well. We talk. You can see it on the pitch. We are getting along better. We're playing more games together. And here's the most the most crazy thing I'm seeing, and on X, a lot of people, I don't know what games they've been watching since the start of the season. Some you see titles such as "It's time to talk about Enzo Fernandez." The other one, "Let's talk about Enzo." For what? Do you only see football on a surface level? And I'm going to say this. I've said it before. I'm going to say this again. Irrespective of what you think of Enzo Fernandez, if you think he's a bad player, but still playing for one reason or the other, then you're in the same bucket as those who at the time didn't like Gallagher, but believed that he was only playing because the manager liked him, because he runs a lot and the manager likes that. In the case of Enzo Fernandez, when he doesn't play, we do find it difficult. When he's not on the pitch for us, we do find it difficult to control games. And since the start of the season, in my opinion, it's not been perfect, but he's been good. He's been doing he's been one of our best players actually under Enzo Maresca. Why? Pay attention to the I think against was it against Wolves. Pay attention to the goals we scored. What happened about a few seconds before even the assist before the assist that led to us scoring goals. Not in that game in particular. Pay attention, then you realize its importance to the way we play under Enzo Maresca. But people from outside are judging. You can say believing that we don't need him, believing he's been underperforming, presenting arguments that suggest that actually he's been poor. The only let me say this: the only argument I'm paying attention to, that maybe that I'm inclined to believe, is that the manager maybe hasn't used him properly. He's I don't know how people watch football. And usually, the way I feel when I see such, you can say irrelevant arguments, or you can say baseless arguments, I usually don't like arguing with those people because I'm not sure where to start. I don't want to get pissed and start cursing people out, honestly, because it's just, and the worst is when when such argument comes from content creators whom at least the belief is that they understand football. Yeah, unfortunately. But again, respect to everyone's opinion. We're all entitled to our respective opinions. We don't have to all agree. If we all agree, then there's a serious problem, in all honesty. Cowell is getting what? Did I miss anything there? It's getting okay. I think we've addressed that. Chama saying thank you here, and AP saying, Coach, you saw reports about Mudrika going out on loan in January. I am not a fan of Misha, but I call yeah, it's absolute nonsense. It's not going anywhere. If anything, the manager again, he's done well. You can say I've always told people that given the way Enzo Maresca speaks about him, that I believe he's trying to get into his head, and I think it's working. I knew him before he joined Chelsea. Yeah, I remember his performance against Real Madrid, and other games I've seen him play. There's a good player in there. If anything, I'd argue that we did not handle Mihailo Mudrik's start to life as a Chelsea player very well. And Graham Potter, I think we should blame him for that. But that's an argument for another day. I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think he's a bad player. I think I'm. Listen, Moresca, he's doing well with him, and he's getting there. He's always looking up. He's created a few chances for us. Yeah, one. What's his name? Did put it away. Renato Viega, my boy, put one away. Others, nobody was there to get at the end of the crosses. He's becoming better and better under Maresca. I'm sorry, my boys are back. I have to mute these to, to mute the microphone to tell my voice to tone it down. What am I seeing here? Nightbot kicked coach from the stream because of the Gallagher. And there you go. He's there to answer your question. So Moises Casada here saying, I am happy with how the season has started. We could have had two draws. We could have yeah, two 4 more points because we drew against Crystal Palace and drew against yep. Oh my goodness, just hold on 1 second. Right. Had it not been for the two draws, one against Crystal Palace and the other one against Nottingham Forest, would have 4 more points right now and probably be higher up in the table, shouldn't we? Even above Arsenal. Sorry, I haven't done that mathematics. Yeah, Forest. Yeah, Nottingham Forest and the Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, that game ended 1-1 also. We scored first and the Berachi as they scored with an excellent curler from outside the box. Yeah, so I think it's been an excellent season so far, really. You could argue the game against Manchester City, we weren't ready at the time, but now I think we can face any team in the Premier League and beat them. And if you are one of the top 6 teams and you come at us and you don't defend it, you make our day because we will exploit that effectively. And one thing that I like the most is the speed at which we counter opposition offense. Yeah, the speed at which once we get the ball, boom, before you know what's happening, we are at the other end trying to score. And we've created quite a lot of, you could say, good enough chances. And I'm happy the way things are going. And just as the manager, he's saying in the can some of his two of his presses maybe a lot more times. So I don't know that. Yeah, we're ahead of time, and I agree, but we're not quite there yet. We're not quite there yet, but I still tell you, we're ready to face any team in the Premier League. And if you come to us, if you play against us and you come at us, you don't defend it, yeah, you will make our day. Because we have a frightening attacking players. We have you can say a crop of frightening attacking players. Every game is better. I am adapting more and more to the club with the new coach. I think they're all like Enzo Maresca, and if you pay attention to the way they speak, they don't mention his name, but in most cases, you can see that they're having a slight dig at Mauricio Pochettino. But I don't want to get there. Connie Chukwuemeka in training, he's with us. I think we'd see him. Do I think we'd see him against Liverpool? Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe in a cup game or in Europe. I honestly don't know when we're going to see him. But eventually, he's going to leave Chelsea, and I'm all for that. And that's because I like him, and I don't because out of selfishness, push for the club to keep a player. Bobby likes him, and Bobby would want the club to keep him. But I told Bobby the day we talked about Connie Chukwuemeka that I'd rather him leave alone, go join and join a club where he'd be playing as you can say he'd play enough games to continue developing as he should, and not come stay at Chelsea, but get where he'd get to play here and there and not develop properly because he's such a talent. And but I'm not going to get into that argument. I'm sure, in my opinion, he's better than some of the players we have right now in fulfilling a certain role. But I don't want to get there. That's an argument for another day. Moises Caicedo on Cole Palmer. Yep, the man we've talked about quite a lot. And if you want to talk about Cole Palmer in the chat, do let us know. If you want to come onto the panel to talk about him, I can share the link with you. Moises Caicedo on Cole Palmer, he smells the goals. It helps a lot when he scores. When he opens the game, he is very important to us. It helps us settle games up very early. He's going to be there fighting with Haaland. Could finish the season better than Haaland, but we don't know yet. But we'll see. The possibility is there. Several members of Maresca's squad remain in. How do you pronounce this word? In Surrey, I'm not sure, Surrey, to join our head coach out on the training beach ahead of our next game, a Premier League trip to Liverpool on the 20th of October 2024. Their numbers were bolstered on Thursday by members of the Chelsea under 21 squad to have, you can say, to have enough players on the training ground to implement certain things. Anything else here? Anything else here? Okay, Renato Viega, my boy. I like him so much. Renato Viega, I am grateful for what Sporting Lisbon did for me for 13 years. Wow. But the coach Ruben Amorim, I didn't know he was at Sporting before he joined. Where did we sign him from? Um, Ruben Amorim decided not to trust me, and my career developed abroad. I am so proud to be at Chelsea. I am very happy at the club. He's proper Charles. I really do love him. His attitude on the pitch is something to behold. Never gives up. I think his thing, as much as I know you all know how much I love Cucurella. Um, okay, I'm okay. How much I love Cucurella, but I think Renato Viega is more defensively sound. Let me go back to that word. My English teacher in there. What's that word in question? Okay. He says it's pronounced like curry. So Suri. Okay. With an S. Suri. Curry. Suri. Okay. I don't like big words. I have to be honest with you. Not just because English isn't my first language, but you should know. Could just say Carney is much better than KDH. Nah, they're different. I don't compare them to. They differ. Their profiles differ, in my opinion. But I love this kid. I love Marco Correa, but I think Renato Viega is more defensively sound than Correa. Maybe the application, or maybe the fulfill, maybe Correa is more capable of fulfilling the inverted fullback role than Renato Viega. But Houston, this guy is an excellent DM. Yep. He has excellent passing range. And his passes usually he puts space, so much space in his passes before the opposition players are able to do anything. His passes usually get to their intended teammate, if that makes sense. But I like this kid. I do like him very, very well. Anything else? Anything serious? The game after international break? I'm not reading that one. Okay. Gary Cahill on Enzo Maresca. I think there in the United States, I was really impressed in preseason in terms of the coach and how he was going about things, the kind of his philosophy, the way he wants to play, etc. There was good advice coming from that. Wow. Nedum Onoha, the former Man City player, there's a story about him that makes me laugh. I think the Super Eagles, the Nigerian Super Eagles, reached out to see if he'd be interested in playing for the country. At the time, he refused, and I think what his response was that he had to, he needs to have that conversation with his mom, yada yada yada, and end up not fine representing Nigeria and England didn't give him a chance. Actually, I think at one point he was interested. He became interested in playing for Nigeria, but the manager at the time said, we don't want you." And Dumono, at the start of the season, it was seen as somewhat of a joke because a lot of people don't sort of believe in Maresca being able to take that type of job. But in terms of coaching and philosophy and all that stuff, you can see that the players are, yeah, they all buying into it. They love the manager. Every time they speak about him, I don't think they finish speaking without um, somewhat saying something. He's having a slight dig at Mauricio Pochettino. Gary Cahill on Chelsea under Maresca. I was in America half the preseason. I got to see him, Maresca, on the training ground. Very hands-on manager, and obviously slightly changing the way that they play in terms of last year. So that takes time. It doesn't look like it's taking time for us, really. But I like him. He doesn't overpromise. I think he underpromises and then over delivers, and even doesn't even when you ask him if, for instance, you ask him if Chelsea can win the league, I think he always gives a measured or balanced answer, maybe, or a measured answer, not over promising. He's always careful not to over promise. But we're seeing firsthand how well he's doing, and you can say there aren't too many Chelsea fans saying negative stuff about him. A lot were saying at the time, championship manager, but you don't hear too much from them these days. Renato Viega said he spent his time at Swanton. Then I was not chosen at the time, and I decided to leave. I like that. Our players who are not content with sitting on the bench or maybe waiting for the so-called when your time comes. I'd leave too. That's the sort of person I am, because yeah, I have strong belief in my abilities. If I feel like I should be one of the chosen ones, and I got and whoever is responsible for choosing who makes it on who makes the chosen ones list, for lack of a more specific language, I usually bail. I'll tell you, yeah, I'm not doing this. So if I were Renato Vega, I'd do the same thing. There's still a long way to go, but I am proud of my journey, knowing that there's still a long way to go to get to where I want to be. Confidence. Yep, he's at Chelsea, but he still believes he has a lot to learn, and that's a good thing. Renato Vega, I focus on every training session. I try to do my best. I am young. I'm a young man who lives very much day by day. I try to be better every day, and then the consequences of the work come. Yep, work hard, and you will achieve whatever you pursue in life. They can all be used, and the decision is up to the manager. We have to do our best. I want to see him starting games in the Premier League. And I'm going to say this. Unfortunately, I don't. It may be Houston. I love Marco Correa, and I've never. I think you've all heard me speak about him a thousand times. Even when a lot of people were calling for the club to sell him, and I'm glad we didn't sell him. And he was actually on the verge of joining Manchester United on loan. And had that happened, I think they probably pushed to sign him on a permanent. But I'm glad that didn't happen. I like Marco Correa, but I think in certain games maybe what's his name? Renato Vega should be starting over Marco Correa because he's more defensively sound. Honestly, he's better aerially, and he's a tank of a player. He's huge. You know that. He's a very, very big player. He's excellent aerially, has excellent passing range. I think, in my opinion, given what I've seen so far, I'd argue that he's actually he has better passing range than Marco Correa. But one thing Correa has is that ability, which was one of the first thing I learned about him. He has that ability to find passing lanes where you don't know one exists. Even if when you have 1,000 players on him, he still find his teammate, and in most cases on the carpet. So that the only aspect I think Kukurea is better than him, but overall passing range, I think he has better passing range than Kukurea, and more defensively sound than Kukurea. And we have the captain in the house, Constantine Dante. Big up to you. You don't have discipline, my friend.
Look who's talking, Mister. Change
because
it. Change the time
I knew
100
you were
times.
going to say that.
Even
I
poor
love
Bobby's so confused.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead if you were saying something.
Poor Bobby's so confused. You're just doing his head in.
I love Kyle on the US tour. They asked him about playing on the Sari. His response was, "I played for him, and to today I still have no idea what Sari boy is."
And
It
that's
didn't
why he didn't
favor
play
him.
under him.
It didn't favor him, so I don't blame him. So maybe I think that's him saying, I don't think he wasn't happy on the Sari. Let's be honest there, because Sari didn't favor him. Sari favored, who was that again? David Luiz and one more player. Who was the other defender?
Well, he didn't favor him, coach, for that exact reason. He had no idea what Sarri ball is. So
Yeah,
if you had no
exactly.
idea,
So he's justifying Sari's. You could say he's justifying Sari dropping him at the time. That's how I see it. But go ahead. We're here to talk about Cole Palmer. Except if you want to comment,
yeah.
I'm quite sure you heard my presentation on the difference between Renato Vega and Ben Chilwell, and why I'd like to see Renato Vega starting certain games. I think he's more defensively sound um, than what's his name, not Ben Chilwell, Marco Correa. Your thoughts on that? Then later on you can talk about Cole Palmer, whether you think he's gonna win someday. He will Sunday win the Balon d'Or, and what do you think needs to happen before that? Dream of his, dream of ours come true. But go ahead.
Yeah, so I don't know if I said hello, big up, coach, and everyone in the chat as well.
You don't have to. Nobody likes you. They hate you because
Anyway,
you're
so
the
there's no
captain.
point saying hello anymore. Now I was listening to. I had to go somewhere pick up some carpet, and yeah, I just was driving, so I was listening to the podcast, but yeah, I couldn't talk, obviously. Yeah, look, I mean, of course, I think Vega is going to play, obviously. Who was saying it? Jay was actually that this is a great opportunity for Vega to maybe even like take the starting spot over Cucurella. So I'm not sure about quite that one yet, but of course it will make a big difference if he has a massive game and we don't concede and he plays really well. One of the best guys on the pitch. Obviously, that will help against a very tough opposition as well. So, yeah, that will 100% help. I think he probably still wouldn't get that nod yet, but I think for in the future, I think he's definitely got a 100% chance of claiming that spot. And I can actually even see him playing really well, like on the more of a centre back as well, defensive midfielder as well, centre back. So there is options for him to play in other positions, not just left back that inverts, or just left back, or just left centre back. So yeah, he's very versatile, as we know. So yeah, he can play in other positions as well. Would be good to see probably Maresca use him a little bit more, maybe, and we might see that slowly as the season goes on. You'll probably see him starting to using him, I think, a little bit more, especially after what he said that he wants a bit more physicality in that defensive midfield role. So
And he brings that, yeah.
He brings that, and he brings everything really. He's good on the ball, good dribbler, sees the game well, press resistant, very good defensively. He's perfect all around utility man. He can do it all basically. So he's a coach's dream. He should be a coach's dream because he can do it all. So yeah, I love him as well. Of course, I know he's your favorite as well. So looking forward at the only thing I was worried about is like he's coming up against Mo Salah, against that speed, against that
Isn't
Liverpool
he
front
quick?
line.
Isn't
Yeah.
he quicker than Cucurella?
No, he's not quicker he's not acceleration's not quicker, but probably speed is quicker. But it takes a little bit to get going because he's a big guy.
Acceleration is
But
what okay. He doesn't
yeah,
accelerate. Cucurella accelerates quicker. Is that what you're saying?
very quickly. Yeah, he moves left, right, quick in like 2 seconds. He's like a like a bunny with that hair jumping around and just moving very quickly. He's a very quick accelerator, Cucurella, and that's why he gets in position very well and does very well against usually opposition wingers because they have no space, no time to turn and to take him on that often because he's always biting at their heels. So he's got that. He's got that in his game, and that's why he's successful in that role. And that's why he does pretty well in the DM when he inverts as well because he's got that defensive side of he's got that very quick acceleration. Yeah. So Vega quite hasn't got that. If a winger's one-on-one against him and they got a little bit of space, I'm talking about a proper winger, much faster. Yeah, they can go around him pretty quickly. They'll get around him, and if they don't, probably take him down and get a yellow card straight away. So, because he's not that lets anyone go past him. So, yeah, look, it'll be a bit of a war. We'll play mostly left centre back. I think him. I think if he does play, he'll play that left back, obviously out of possession, but then left centre back in possession. So it'll be interesting to see what Maresca does because the matchup is a bit of a matchup nightmare with Mo Salah and those speedy forwards that they have. So it'll be very interesting to see what Maresca does in that game because it's a bit of a matchup nightmare, like I said.
Yeah, they have a very serious and important attack indeed. But it's going to be an open game. I think maybe we'll see a lot of goals. Maybe, but Maresca, I think he comes across as more pragmatic than Arne Slot. So maybe he'll find a way to ensure that Liverpool don't get too many chances and then hit them on a break. I think he probably will. I mean, he's not pragmatic in a way that when you watch it, you hate it. I think you know he's being pragmatic for papers. Just sometimes you've seen how many games. I think a few of the games we've played so far, he's let the opposition keep the ball more than us.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So he adjusts in game and to the opposition, and he said that in the interview. He had a game plan. Can't remember who it was against. He had a game plan. They talked about it the day before they trained.
Even
against and then on game day he changed
West Ham. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was exactly, but yeah, he changed the game time just before the game because he saw how they lined up, and he changed it all quickly just before the game started. So yeah, he obviously does look at the opposition and does look at what they're doing. So yeah, that's very important, of course.
I don't think a lot of Chelsea fans value what sort of manager we've hired here. It would take a while. I did see Vic say something to the effect of him being the mastermind behind Man City's. Was it the season where they won four? Was it four trophies or how many in total?
Can't
The
remember. I think
Championship, the Premier League, the FA
treble.
Cup. Was it four?
No, I think 3 only, not 4.
Three, okay. The season they won the treble, that he was the mastermind. But that's why we're done. Let's say you talk about Cole Palmer,
Mhm.
him winning because he's on the 15th on the 24, 23, 24 list. So I don't know why some people are saying it's too early to talk about that. He's being 15th on the list is no joke. Let's hear you. Do you think he can win the Ballon d'Or, or the chances of him winning the Ballon d'Or, and what needs to happen for that? I think we've talked about that to some measure last time,
We did,
but
yeah.
specifically this show was supposed to be about him, but probably because of how many times it was postponed, YouTube got tired of pushing it. It had actually around 12 likes before the start of the show, but the postponement didn't help. But let's hear you.
Before I go on, yeah, happy birthday to the beautiful game. When was it? Yesterday or the day before? I can't
This
remember.
was 3 days ago.
3 days.
Uh,
It's a little bit late, but yeah, he
No,
hasn't been
yes,
on,
and
so happy
why on
birthday.
the day we couldn't release the balloons and shoot the fireworks for him because we were streaming in a vertical format. It didn't help. Today's birthday is today.
The
I think
burger,
where he
yes.
is right now, probably the next day already. But you can still
Yep,
say
yep.
happy birthday to Tobias today.
I did that. I already messaged him, so that's
Okay, okay, that's
I
fine.
messaged
That's
him.
fine.
I saw that you put a post out on X.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did.
You put his face on other bodies, so I don't know how.
Is that a concern for you?
I found it really funny that you put his face on his really.
Oh my goodness. You're the one making up that one. I don't know about you, but let's hear you.
Well, you created the post, coach. I'm innocent. You did it. I'm just saying what I saw.
At least you were
Um,
able to tell that that was Cole Palmer. Oh, that was
but my look, of course he's
so
got
to
the
speak.
talent.
Yeah, go ahead.
Of course he's got the talent to win it. But Chelsea has to win as well. That's the only way he'll win it. Unfortunately, it's just
Uh-huh.
how it is. And at Chelsea, for him to win a Ballon d'Or, he needs to do a lot. We need to win the Champions League. We need to win the Premier League. Basically, a treble, maybe a cup, FA Cup, a treble. We have to win everything at Chelsea for a player to win a Ballon d'Or at Chelsea. And
His
even then, it
individual
might not be enough.
performances alone will not be enough.
No chance. Yeah, unfortunately, it goes to the really big clubs usually, and that's why players go there. One of the reasons they go there, like Real Madrid, these type of teams. Chelsea's big, we're not that big, unfortunately. So it's very hard for a player to, you everything. You have to be the best player in the league. You have to have amazing stats, and you do have to. Yeah, you got to win Champions League. You got to win the league, and it's probably a cup, and even maybe you got to internationally do pretty well as well. So yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot there.
It
He's
depends
got the
on who
talent.
the person he's competing with.
And the person he's competing with, how good are they at the time? Of course,
Mm.
100%. But say it's Vinicius Junior and Real Madrid. Real Madrid just win the Champions League, and Vinicius Junior and that will probably be up pretty much. Even Bellingham will win it basically.
Either of the two players, right?
Yeah, they'll win it over Chelsea, even if we win the league and win an FA Cup. If we don't win the Champions League, the international tournament, something like that, no chance. Even though he'll probably have amazing stats, better stats than them, he still won't win it.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
think
just politics,
most likely
unfortunately.
Vinny will win it. I think he did better than Bellingham. But
Yeah.
if you don't take your time to go look at the numbers, you'd say Bellingham. But Bellingham, he had, you could say, a more you could argue more eye-catching performances during the
Yeah,
course
he's
of
more
last
of a star. He's a bigger star than Vinny because he is more marketable as well. So there's a big difference there, and that's why he's on every cover everywhere, and Vinny's not on those covers. Like games, I'm talking about stuff like that. Bellingham is everywhere because he's much more marketable, and it's mean, but unfortunately, that's the business. That's how it works. If you have also the looks and the aura and stuff like that, that helps a lot. And especially for a club like Real Madrid, Barcelona, they promote those players like crazy. You know, the PR machine they have. So
The PR mission is something special.
yeah, but the club is something special. The most successful
The
club.
club
They are
itself,
yeah,
as an
the biggest
entity,
club.
is something special. Yeah,
They're an amazing. They're an amazing, obviously institution. Not the best recently, as in financial and stuff like that, but they still get it done, and they still been and they, but they still got over the line, and they're still winning, even Champions League. So they've done a rebuild quickly, very quickly, a turnaround, and they're still doing well. So. And Barcelona is a bit fallen off, obviously, since Messi left, but they're slowly starting to sort of come back up as well. So they'll be very close between them again, I think, very, very soon in the near future, because Barcelona's young players, like we talked about, Lamine Yamal. I mean, what 16-year-old, comes in and plays for his country, wins the Euro Championship, plays for Barcelona, wins with Barcelona, and at 16 and 17, that does not happen at all. That's a very rare thing that happened.
did he make the list?
I don't know. I'm not sure about the list. He'll be up there. He'll be there. He'll be top 5 most likely, and that's impressive for that age. Because I mean, if you think about it, Ronaldo, they're at that age. That when they're at their age, Messi, when did he start? 18, I think. 18, I think he started. 17, he broke in the team, but only like started winning in 18, I think. At 16, yeah, you can say that's actually more impressive to do that at
Number
16.
one on the list is Bellingham. Number 2, Haaland. There's Vinicius Junior. Number 3.
Yeah,
Okay, Ballon d'Or nominees for 24. Let me see. 3-4 is there. Bukayo Saka, Florian Wirtz, Rodri, Yamal. Yeah, Yamal. Yeah,
he's
9th.
there, top 10. Yeah, he has. That was before even.
What
So
is
yeah, it just
the
depends this
Rice
season.
doing there for what?
I have no idea why he's in there. No idea. I get
Just
the PR. It's Arsenal do have a good PR, unfortunately. They really promoted him, and the big money as well. That helped as well, obviously. And yeah, them finishing second, close to nearly winning the league, helped a little bit. But he shouldn't be there. I don't know if he's there, to be honest. But anyway, I think that's so. What Lamine Yamal's done at 16, I think that's pretty impressive. Not even really Ronaldo, Messi did that at that age. So, and especially internationally as well, to come in
Yeah, I
and
have
be
to
one of the
agree.
best.
Yamal he's a special talent, really. No
Yeah, look,
choice.
he could be a special talent, but he could be one of those that, starts really early, 16, and then, by 23, 24, he just starts regressing. And there's a lot of those really young talents start really well young, and then they regress a little bit after that. It
We've seen a
depends.
lot. Barcelona has
Yeah,
had a few. What's the one that went on
yeah.
loan to Brighton?
Ansu Fati, yeah, Fati as
Ansu
well.
Fati, yeah, very young. He was one of
He was that
Barcelona's
guy.
best players at the time. Yeah,
They slapped a massive release clause on him. They gave him the number 10 shirt. He was the next Messi, apparently. So, but he did that at 16 as well, 17. But then he, fell away,
regressed.
unfortunately. Yep, and that can happen with the young players. They burn quicker because they can't handle it, the pressure. A little injury doesn't help either. Serious, I think he had a serious injury too, and it doesn't help. But at that young age, really, you should recover from any injury, to be honest. But yeah, look, but yeah, I think what Yamal's done, that's very impressive at that age to start for your country, not just start, but win the tournament and be in the tournament of the team of the tournament. Sorry. That's pretty impressive at 16, 17. Like that's
Yeah,
pretty unheard of to be honest.
I agree. Breaking news: Cole Palmer is the Premier League Player of the Month. What a player he is, really. He can't just stop winning, and that was 2 hours ago. Probably the England game was still on at the time, or maybe not. I think it must have finished before that time. Um, that's something special, really.
Just with the PR, so Chelsea now with the new ownership, obviously, I think we're pretty good at PR now, and we're pushing
Yeah,
Palmer a lot of PR Palmer, and deservedly so. But I'm saying we're actually helping a lot because he's, we're putting him up there. Even in the England, he was in the picture. He's the one everywhere for England at the moment. So yeah, that's good to see, and I think we're helping that quite a lot. and I think you're going to see us really promote him very soon. They're going to get really serious with the promotion on him, and
Yeah, and we've
really,
heard the owner say that he's going to be the new face of the club.
yeah.
Now,
So
let's talk about this.
they're good
Do
at
you
that, at
think
least.
at any other club, do you think Cole Palmer will be doing as well?
Depends where he goes, coach. It depends
But
what position he
definitely,
plays.
had he remained at City, won't be playing that much. We'll be seeing flashes of what he's capable of doing every now and then, but I don't think he'd be playing as much that he'd be winning all this personal accolades, in my
No,
opinion.
he wouldn't have played that much because they had the depth and they had the players. That's why he left, basically. But I think he would have done all right. He still would have been involved, and he's that good. He would have forced his way in by now. So I think he would have probably forced his way in and still be, because he's that good. But yeah, it wouldn't have been that quick. No, it would have taken probably just by now. Last season he wouldn't have played that much. Only probably this season he would have started to breaking in the team slowly. But no, 100%. And that's why he left. That was his reason why he left. He wanted to play and start games, and we saw that opportunity, obviously. And we have to give big credit to our scouts and directors and basically our scouting team that because no one knew about him. Well, we knew a little bit about him, but no one really knew about him, to be honest. No one saw
Mhm.
him as a 40 million player. And to get him and to become such a basically a superstar almost, yep, it's a big tick for them.
Yep, here we have the Bluetooth game saying hello to you, and you said happy birthday to him. And IB is saying, Coachella, you have me agreeing with Dante on Cucurella's defending Salah better than Viega. I don't believe that's the case, but yeah, I mean, maybe he's seen something that I haven't seen. Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Chile in the lineup. No, 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 no,
No, no.
no, don't do that. It's not gonna.
I agree with everything
Probably
he
not
said
gonna
until he
happen.
mentioned Chile.
Yeah. We are selling him for 300 million. I don't think. Here's the thing.
No.
Cole Palmer is such an important player to the new owners. They're not going to sell him. I think it's easy. It's easy for people to conclude that they probably sell him because of the mindset that they profit focused. I don't think they sell him even for 300 million.
First of all, no one's gonna buy him for 300 million.
Yeah.
That's no one. Yeah, they're not gonna
It,
buy him for that much.
but let's say somebody comes with that money. Do you think they sell him?
No, they would not sell him. The
They
only
will not.
the only way is if Cole Palmer himself, say Real Madrid comes, they offer 300 million, and he wants to go. Then
The key phrase there is if he wants to go and pushes to
correct.
leave.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the only reason why it's okay. Give us the money. He wants to go, just like the case of Hazard. We know fully well that Roman, under normal circumstance, wouldn't have the sale of Hazard, but he wanted to leave. Go ahead, Dante.
Yeah.
Thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah. It can happen, but I don't see it now anyway. If it is, it's later on in the future because no one's paying that much money for him, first of all. And he's still got a lot to prove, to be honest. He's just started, so he's still got a lot to prove. There's still plenty to go. So he'll be here for a while. The only way I see it, like you said, if someone comes with ridiculous money, we're not doing well. That's another key because he is very ambitious. He wants to win. And if we're not doing well in maybe 2-3 years' time, like we're struggling or something, we're not up there in the top 4 at least, then yeah, obviously I think he would probably be inclined to go, and I wouldn't blame him if we're doing really bad and he wants to go somewhere and actually win. But I don't see
Yeah,
that happening because I think we'll be just fine.
but he's shown us he wants to be here by signing an extension.
Correct.
Even though he was already on a 10 million year contract, he added 1 million more. Yeah,
And
but
that will change. Yeah, that will change
yeah,
more and more.
but everything again, he'll be paying attention definitely to how we're doing overall. But I think we're seeing signs that actually it won't take a while before we get back to where we used to be. I don't know about you, but I feel like that's the case.
Yeah. Look, we'll get back. It won't be this season. Could be next season, but I think the season after that, I'm very confident we're right up there for challenging.
It could. I think this season we're looking strong, and had it not been for the 2 draws, games you could argue that we could have won actually.
Yeah,
One
but we
against
could have
Crystal
lost
Palace.
Nottingham Forest as well. We could have
Yeah,
lost to Bournemouth as well, and yeah, so they can go either way, coach. It goes that way,
yeah.
that way.
I mean,
Yeah,
you do need a bit of luck. You put in the work
yeah.
and pray that luck will be on your side because when you need that.
I
You
would
know.
say that if we won comfortably every game, then I would say that, but I can't say that when we haven't really won every game comfortably. Like I said, Bournemouth game, Nottingham Forest game, some of the other games, that Man City game. So we've done very good, but still there's a lot of work to do and a lot of
We're
improvement
not
to do.
there yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the signs are good. I don't know anything that you want us to talk about. We'll call it a day.
No, that's pretty good. You talked quite a lot while I was listening in the car driving. So you've covered pretty much everything. So there's nothing too much more to cover, I think.
All right. Thank you so much to all of you for finding the time to be with us this particular afternoon for me. Not even, I wouldn't say evening yet. Thank you to Choma. Thank you to the captain, Constantin Dante, who's on the panel with me. And thank you to the beautiful game. And once again, happy belated birthday. I said that to you, but I had to do it again because, yeah, we didn't release the balloon and fireworks for you on that day. Rain, thank you. Choma, the queen of the house, thank you. And who else was here? And to all of you, Bobby was also on the panel. Shanks, all of you. And if I missed your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all. And cheers.
Take care, guys.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, 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 la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh. 6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, 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 la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh. Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it